Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am Natalia. I make videos about weight loss that I eat in a day, vlogs, grocery hauls, all of that fun stuff. I personally have been on my calorie deficit journey probably like 3 weeks now, and I have kind of concocted some of the best, in my opinion, best like low calorie dessert recipes. Now they're not super low calorie, but in my opinion they are way better than, you know, eating regular ice cream or cookies. Like, I am the type of person who always has to have dessert, especially after dinner, even lunch sometimes. Like, I'm like, can somebody give me some dessert? So I have been trying to find recipes that I love, like I genuinely love, because that is what weight loss is all about. Something I've learned over time is like, weight loss is slow and you have to find foods that you genuinely enjoy in order to be successful in any type of way. So I've been doing this weight loss thing for about 3 weeks, and I've probably lost only like 2 pounds, which is like nothing, but I can say that I've genuinely enjoyed all of the food that I've been eating, to the point where I'm excited to start a new week, which today is Monday that I'm filming this and this video is going to go out. I'm genuinely excited to start a new week because I have these yummy desserts to like eat, and it makes me just feel better and be better on my diet. So yeah, that's a huge tip, and I'm going off on a little bit of a tangent, but it's just important, and something that I've been learning is that you cannot just eat fruit for dessert. Sometimes you need a decadent chocolate donut, you know what I mean? So these are my like takes on different recipes. I kind of I can't like link a specific recipe because I take inspiration from like different recipes on Pinterest, and then like I added almonds to my no bake energy balls. It's not in the recipe, and I also add maple syrup instead of honey, and I like to switch mine up. So I can't link a specific recipe, but I do give all measurements in the video, and I didn't put the calories in on the screen because sometimes I feel like that can be kind of triggering. At least I know there's been points in my life where I could care less about calories and I just want to, you know, eat a healthier dessert. So I didn't put them in the video, but I am going to say them right now for anyone who is wondering. So the first recipe that you guys will see are the peaches and cream, I like to call them, even though it's kind of just like air fried peaches with ice cream. And those are going to be at 247 calories for like 2 halves of a peach and a half a cup of vanilla halo top on top of the peach. You could definitely lower the calories by using maybe like sugar-free maple syrup instead of honey, but I like to use, like I said, what genuinely is going to make me happy in that moment. So I go with honey. I just feel like it fits better with peaches. You can change these recipes and make them lower calorie if you want to. And I don't think 247 calories is bad for like a really yummy decadent dessert. So yeah, switch things around if you don't like what I did. And you could also do like apples or something, I don't know, whatever you want. So that is probably the highest calorie dessert that I have today. I have it written down on a piece of paper because I have to record on my phone now, as you guys know. And then the next dessert that you see are my favorite chocolate protein donuts. I'm obsessed with these things. Like, they're so good. I'm a donut lover, so that's why I probably love them so much. But they're 100 calories. Per donut, and it just depends on, really, like, you have to like evenly distribute the donuts because you want them to come to like 100 calories each, but obviously that's just like my estimate because I don't think all of the donuts are like perfectly equal, especially because I didn't have a piping bag, as you will see in this video. So yeah, they're about 100 calories each, which is like perfect for me. I love that, and they're protein filled, so we love a protein filled dessert. And then the last recipe is yum balls. I call them because they're no bake energy balls, so that is such a long sentence. So I call them yum balls, and they're 115 calories each. Just watch what you're adding. Add different things if you don't like what I added. Like, you could use sugar-free maple syrup. I use regular because that's what me and Zach both prefer. Just spice it up, you know what I mean? Spice it up. So those are my 3 desserts and the calories. Let's get into the video because I've been talking for way too long, and I will see you at the end. And yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so you want to start by cutting your peach. I was having a hard time, so I let Zach do it, and he got them to be cut in halves for me. I could not pull the peaches apart. I don't know why, it was just very hard. Maybe they weren't ripe enough, but they still turned out good. So I'm just laying the peaches on a piece of foil because they're gonna go in the air fryer, so you need to have a piece of foil. Spray with some, I can't believe it's not butter or olive oil, whatever you like. This is just low calorie, so I decided the butter. Sprinkle with cinnamon. I love cinnamon, so I do a ton. And when you're done with the cinnamon, you want to grab your fave honey. This one's a really good brand. If you've never had it before, I get it at Walmart. It's so yummy. Like, look at that honey. It's so good. I wasn't measuring, but if you are counting calories, which I am, I just wanted to quickly make this video. Make sure you measure your honey because it can get high calorie. Fold the foil up, stick it in the air fryer so it catches all those juices. And you want to put it in your air fryer at 350 for 7 minutes. I kind of was testing the time, so you'll see me put them back in the air fryer for more time, but I think it totaled being like 15 minutes all in all. So this is us checking on them. I still wanted them to cook a little bit longer, so I went back in and did it at 350 for like 3 to 4 more minutes. And then I think it was 4 minutes, yeah. And then once it cooked the 4 minutes, I checked them again, and I wanted to flip them around so that the other side could get maybe a little like brown and like grilled like. So I flipped them around, stuck them back in the air fryer for like 3 minutes, and then they were done, so juicy and soft and ready to put halo top on top of. So I do the vanilla bean halo top. It's so good. Just 2 little scoops of it on top of the peaches. You can drizzle some more honey on top, but I was making this for Zach, so he could afford the more honey for the calories. He tried the peach and he loved. He rated a 9 out of 10. He only didn't give it 1 more point because he doesn't really love peaches, but he said that this was like really bomb and he would actually eat the peaches like if I made them this way. So yeah, he gives it a 9 out of 10. This was so good, guys. Okay, so now we're making the chocolate donuts. We're starting with 1/4 cup of flour, a scoop of protein powder, chocolate of course, 1/4 cup of egg whites, and then 1/2 cup of egg whites, so 1/8 cup. We're gonna do 1/2 cup of pumpkin puree. Sorry, this is moving so quickly. I did it so fast. A tablespoon of the 0 calorie sweetener of your choice, teaspoon of baking powder. Also, we're gonna do a whole tablespoon of baking cocoa, and then a tablespoon of unsweetened applesauce. And then you just want to mix that all together. And as you can see, my dough it wasn't liquidy enough for me, so I ended up adding water to it. And you can do that if your dough doesn't like form to the consistency you want. Then I preheated my oven to 350, which you will see. And usually I use a Ziploc bag to squeeze, like cut a hole in the end and like squeeze it like a little squeezy bag in the donut pan to help it, have just a better shape. But I was out of Ziploc, so you'll see that I literally did this by hand and it was extremely hard. So I definitely recommend a Ziploc bag, but I wasn't about to run to the store. It was like 8 o'clock at night. It just wasn't happening. So I scooped it to the best of my ability and they turned out really janky because of it. But trust me, if you have like a little squeeze bag or whatever, like a piping bag, they will form like much better and it'll be like the perfect donut. I didn't have that, and I wasn't gonna run out to the store. So I bake them for 15 minutes at 350. Then once they're done, I melt some Lily's chocolate chips and a bowl, as you can see, and I just twist the donut around in there and it coats it perfectly, and I eat them just like this. You can also stick them in the fridge, obviously, because you're not going to eat all 6, and they'll harden, but I really love the melted chocolate on top, like when they are warm and fresh out of the oven. So yeah, these are my chocolate protein donuts. They are so dang good, you guys. Like, the closest thing you're going to get to like a really decadent donut. Obviously there's going to be better donuts out there, but these are very, very good. Especially when they're fresh out of the oven and that chocolate is all melty. They're bomb. Let me know if you try them. I'm so excited to share this recipe. Ugh, they just look so good. I want to go eat one right now for breakfast. Okay, last but not least, we are making no-bake energy balls. You'll need a cup of oats, 1/2 cup of your favorite peanut butter. That's my favorite. Honey or maple syrup. I prefer maple syrup, so you'll need 1/4 cup of that. And then once you're done with the maple syrup, you're going to take 1/4 cup of unsweetened shredded coconut, but I just eyed it because, like I said, it was late and I didn't have time, but I'm giving you measurements now. A handful of sliced almonds if you want, 1/4 cup of Lily's chocolate chips. I'm measuring everything. A tablespoon tablespoon of imitation vanilla or real vanilla, whatever you want to do. And then you just mix all that together, and once it's mixed together, you want to put it in the fridge for 30 minutes to an hour to let the dough kind of form and get all yummy, I guess you could say. So once your dough is done in the fridge, you want to just take it and form balls. And once you're done forming all of your balls, you should have like 12, maybe more or less, just depending on, if you're measuring or not. I usually get about like 10 to 12. You want to form them in balls, and once you're done with that, you want to stick them in the freezer for an hour so they can really just form together. And then once they're done out of the freezer, I put them in a little container and I put them in the fridge, and I eat them throughout the week. They're so good. They're the perfect treat for like after lunch or even after dinner. They're kind of high in calories, but they're the perfect treat, I'm trying to tell you guys, and so worth it. Okay, so if you made it all the way to the end, comment what your favorite dessert was, like what looked the best to you. Let me know if I should continue these like dessert or recipe videos in general, like kind of lower calorie ones, because it was kind of fun to film, and Zach had to help me film, so it was like we were both in the kitchen together, which I like. But yeah, let me know what you think of the video, what you think of the desserts. Let me know if you try them. And yeah, I love you guys so much. Please don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.